Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, December 7th, 2022. How you doing? How you been? Let's go ahead and get this party started. Today, things are looking a little bit different. I'm sure you by now. You're like, what is going on? Did we get a new studio? No, unfortunately, we are not making anything off of this show. But you know what? We're here because we love the people. We love sports. Luckily, we did do a little rearrangement to the room. You'll have to let me know if things look great, if they look crappy. But we have a lot to cover today. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's address the elephant in the room. James. This is James. This is my brother's roommate. We're friends, I would say. We're friends. Yeah. James knows nothing about football. Nothing. Yeah. We're going to have to get used to this. We're going to work through it, but we'll get there. This is James. Go ahead, Alex. We got the crazy couch today. Red Bone and Cole Cremines. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Hello, friends. Sorry.
Ready to rumble and tumble, baby girl.
Rumble and tumble. And go ahead and come back to me. And this is the biggest development of the show. We have reached out through the web and found a very special opportunity. All right? You're working.
No, it's wiggling now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're all right. And so what we did basically was we found a guy who's willing to take a little bit more of a backseat approach, and we're eternally thankful. We developed a little bit of a housing space for him, and
Fucking cave.
mostly him, but yeah.
You look
Go
like
ahead.
a homeless man.
Show yourself, Alex.
Yeah, so
this is our new producer,
Yeah.
Mr. Mini Marv, taking
Yeah.
the seat.
I got off the comfy couch.
He did. But how are you feeling back there? You like it back there?
I feel like I'm in my own fucking workshop.
I love
the
it.
way the back of this looks.
I
the
love
front of
this.
it, you guys can't see it, but there's a lot more going on both sides. But the back side,
So you're writing like notes back there because you don't know shit.
I could make like spray paint art on
Okay.
how much shit. But there's like so much duct tape that there's
Can
probably.
you slide closer this way at all? Or you look
Yeah,
pretty good
I'm,
on there?
I'm about to knock it over.
We got to fix the lighting too. That's something I have to upgrade.
Yeah, because of the roof that is not even in the shot.
Well,
so-
we did. I
Motherfuckers
didn't think about that.
made me make a roof, and
Yeah.
it's not even. It's just blocking the light.
It's all right. We're,
Is it?
it is what it is. I have LEDs.
I know.
Somewhere-
I'm like.
Somewhere my LED
Here, but
remote,
not here.
I could turn it on.
Oh, we should fucking slab LEDs in here. and-
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because it'll just go right on my face.
Yeah, go ahead and come to me or to the trio or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I'll just do three-way.
I'm excited for. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna at some point, hopefully today, we're gonna celebrate, and the crazy lights are gonna come on.
Yeah, we'll turn on the disco.
The crazy lights are coming on today. I hope. No feedback.
All right.
or-
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Let's go.
You already
Okay.
look like you're ready to disco.
Yeah,
I
you
am.
do.
I
That's
am.
great. The
I'm
Bucks jersey.
So-
the-
it's
well,
sweater.
it's a
It's a
sweatshirt, I
sweater.
guess. Whatever. Definitely not a sweater.
well, depending on where you're from.
I guess. Where would a sweater be? Like, where would that be considered a sweater?
Wherever I am.
Probably Canada. I'm pretty sure they're pretty nice over there. Like they'd accept that.
Pretty
term.
nice, eh?
Pretty nice, eh?
Eh? All right, let's jump into some actual sports talk now that we've kind of covered the elephant in the room. That is the new setup. I love it, guys. I guess I should get your opinion. Like, how are we feeling about the new setup? James, you're brand new to the program. You didn't really know what it was like before, but it felt like it was just really condensed on one half of the room. How do you think this kind of like turned out? Like,
I can barely breathe, but I like it in here a lot.
barely breathe.
Isn't that the complete opposite of what
yeah?
he's saying?
No, you should have seen before.
Was it bad?
Oh my! It would attest to this, Cole. What did you think?
It was tight. It made me nervous for the show because I was condensed down into this little box with my friend Alex here, and you were like 2 feet from my face.
Yeah,
but
we
it
were
works
really
better now.
close. Now it feels like we're buddies talking in a room.
What'd you get rid of? What did you get rid of?
How about you like tap me on the shoulder or something? You know, like
Why don't we just get
can
another
do something
mic?
discreet. Like I can keep my arm here and you can like just touch me.
Yeah,
like that.
you also
Not
got
like
under
that,
the
but
table.
know.
You could
Nice.
graze his kneecap.
Yeah,
like,
or
with
yeah,
your hand.
yeah,
They
in the
can't
leg.
see that.
Just like a quick bump and I'll know. Like I'll look at you or something.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what did I change? Well, we did have a roommate there was 2 of us living in here, and he decided he's gonna go transfer. So we opened up a lot of space, and now we're chilling. But Cole, yeah, I would agree that this is a lot more open than it was. Like
I do as well.
it's nice, and Alex is in the hut.
Yeah.
This is our first news topic for today. Mayfield gets picked up by the Rams on waivers. He was released by the Panthers last week or this weekend. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was really curious to see where he would go. I honestly didn't know. You know, like the Texans, obviously, do they even need a quarterback, or are they just tanking? I don't know. You know, there was teams that were other like 49ers without Jimmy Garoppolo. We didn't know what was coming. There was a couple teams in talks. Colts. We can talk about Matt Ryan basically having like the wettest fingers. I don't know what would that. We have like a WD-40 on your fingers or something. You know, like he could not hold on to the ball, and when he did hold on to it, he was throwing it to the other team. So there was a lot of teams in conversation. Rams was one of them. I don't know if that was necessarily the right pick. We'll jump right into it. Personally, with Matthew Stafford potentially out for the year and even more potentially done forever, I think this was probably a short-term fix by the Rams, something that they basically were just like, we're not trying to tank. We need, like, Redden, will you look up what their standings are currently? What the NFC West is? Because I do have at some point here, I've got the NFC playoff picture.
They're 3-9.
Ooh, yeah, so they're done. Okay. The Cardinals are at 12 with 4-8, but they're not getting in. That's our playoff picture. So, yeah, the Rams are officially done. That's for certain. Why did they bring in Baker Mayfield then? That's my question. Why didn't they just stick with their backup? Why did they are they looking at a long-term fix here? Is this something that they're like, Matthew Stafford, they know he's going to retire. They just decided, all right, we're going to have a short-term fix for another year. Maybe we try to trade away a couple people, get some of our picks back. Like, why? Go ahead, Cole.
I wish I had a better answer for you here, but the only thing that comes to mind, because, you know, obviously they're not trying to tank if they have a better guy quarterbacking now, but maybe it's just a thing of pride. You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
Like, I don't know what else it would be.
Well, and also we don't even know what Sean McVay's future looks like.
Well, I doubt they'll get rid of him. I mean, he's kind of been there.
He might retire.
What? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's on the verge of maybe retiring. So,
Wow.
why would they pick? This is my biggest question. Why, Alex? I want to hear your take, and we'll cut to James, and then Redden has probably got a more informed, idea. Go ahead.
On why he retired?
No. On why they picked up Baker, because
Oh.
Baker has had issues where he's been playing so far, but he is now on the Rams, who were the Super Bowl champions last year, and it's just a little confuzzling to me why they would pick up basically a better quarterback than what they have if they're already out of the playoff. Not mathematically, but pretty dang close.
I mean, what if he starts playing and then they just it fixes? Like
I want to know what they need to do to get in.
Well,
Can they just win out and be in? I would assume not.
Doubtful.
Well,
yeah, I think they need help.
James and I, we just watched Moneyball, and they were making a lot of weird decisions in that movie. Yeah. And maybe they're going with that approach. Maybe they're just getting ready to reinvent the team and hopefully pull something out of their ass and keep going.
Perhaps.
Billy Barnes changed the game of baseball forever in 2002, and I don't know who the general manager is of the Rams.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but he might be reinventing football forever with the pick of Baker Mayfield, even though he's already out of the playoffs. So,
Well, he's not, but he is.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and he's kind of cute.
Wow.
Ren, do you have a take on this before I have a transition I want to get to?
Yeah, I think it's kind of, when you initially look at it, it's a little puzzling. I think that the Rams probably evaluated, and they probably realized that even with Baker, they're still going to end up probably being one of the bottom teams in the league. I mean, them in Chicago, Houston, Denver are kind of the main three right now who haven't gotten to 4 losses, it looks like. So I almost wonder if it's like they already plan on being one of the 3 lottery picks, right, or early picks in the draft. I wonder if they're thinking they'll be able to get somebody, make a trade at some point, and they picked up Baker now, but the idea is that next year he'll then be their backup. Once they bring in somebody for real, that they just figured, let's grab him now.
I like
so I'm
that.
guessing he'll start the rest of the year, and then next year he'll be the backup.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I like that take a lot. Now, here's my question in follow-up to that. Is Baker a very good backup? We've seen issues, even if you go all the way back to Oklahoma, with the game against Kansas, right? And then something went on in Cleveland. We have no idea what it was, right? But there was issues, and obviously he got let go there. And he
You're
kind of
saying
looked.
personal issues with Baker?
I'm saying
Off the field
issues,
out of play stuff?
Yeah, and I don't know because he was injured. He played through injury. I don't know what that was, but like something with OBJ, something with something happened there, and it looked like he was our franchise quarterback after they beat the Steelers in the playoffs. Like I thought, okay, this is the dude for them. Apparently not. They got rid of him, sent him off. He goes to Carolina. All right, wasn't playing well. I don't know what was going on in the locker room. The Carolina Panthers, their season has amazed me. I don't know what they're doing. Are they tanking? They're not trading away all their good players. They're trading away most of them. I don't understand. He gets out of there as well. Is he a good backup on the team? Does he have that charisma? Because a backup quarterback needs to do a lot of things, but they need to be a good teammate, in my opinion, number one thing. I don't know if Baker is that guy. Why would you pick up a guy that's got questionable leadership? Did they interview him? Did they see something that maybe we aren't seeing as an outside perspective? What do you guys think?
I mean, if I had to guess, what went into this decision was pretty much just like, hey, he's a good quarterback. I don't think they were looking at, locker room stuff too much. If I had to guess, they were kind of just like, hey, he'd be a good backup. I think the position they're in right now, I'm not sure they're in a position to be evaluating people based on how they'll, affect the locker room.
Right.
So my guess is they just were like, hey, he's a good quarterback. He'd be a really good backup. Might as well.
Makes sense.
Might as well.
Did you have an opinion on that?
No, I agree with him totally. I mean, with the position they're in right now, I mean, you just got to look for a guy. Okay, we need someone that can play football, right?
I'm not laughing at you. I was just thinking. I'm gonna ask these dudes questions all night long, and they're gonna have no fucking clue, and I love it. I think that's hilarious.
I don't know. It kind of seemed like you were laughing at me.
I'm not. I just thought I was like,
think he was.
what should I ask James? And I was like, what is he gonna fucking say? Oh my god!
You can ask him about Moneyball.
I could.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Moneyball is.
Ask him about movies.
You've never seen Moneyball?
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wow.
Movies and freestyles.
Remember the Titans? You guys remember that movie?
I remember that
Before
movie.
we get rolling on movies, I don't get movies. Like I don't watch them.
What?
What?
Wow.
I just don't. I don't know.
You like TV shows?
Yeah, I like TV shows, but I just don't watch TV, like anything that's on the TV.
Are you a YouTube watcher? You watch a lot? Yeah.
I'm a big YouTube guy.
I used to be a real big YouTube guy, and now I've kind of strayed away from that. I like TV shows for a little bit, but movies, I mean, the magic you can do with a movie within, 2 to 3 hours, it's kind of impressive what a lot of filmmakers can do.
Okay, so here's my question for you guys then, because a movie is what, like an hour and a half to 2 hours, 2.5 hours for a long one? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is hard. It's hard. So what about like Stranger Things, right? That's like 10 episodes that are an hour long, especially this last season. What is that? 10 movies? What's the difference between like a Stranger Things, like what's basically TV now with the streaming and stuff versus like what was, a movie? Like how are we feeling about that difference?
I think with Stranger Things, you can follow so many more plot lines. If you watched, I didn't watch all of season 4, but there are like 5 to 6 different plot lines, and they'll all meet in the very end, and then 11 goes like this and beats the bad guy. but in the beginning, you're going from scene to scene to scene to scene to scene, and it is. Am I yelling? Oh,
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
You're going from like 10 different things, and then they'll meet up, and then they'll meet up again, and then they'll meet up for a final time. In movies, it's just kind of like a one story going through. There might be 2 or 3 different plot points that'll meet up in the end. But, I mean, TV shows, they have so much more to work with plot-wise, and I think movies have a lot more to work with production-wise.
Did you guys? It looked like you had something to say.
Oh, no. I agree.
I'll be-
That's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to James for any of my future. If I
Big
need
movie
a
guy.
movie recommendation,
Big movie guy.
yeah.
What's your top
3?
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your top 3 movies?
My brother knows a lot more about movies than I do, but
I don't know your brother.
I don't have a top 3 movie. You'll meet him
If you
I don't
had
have
to
top
give the average American 3 movies to watch that you're like, yeah, these they'll be enjoyed.
Ask me this in about 5 minutes when I'm thinking about it.
When
I
you're
can't-
thinking about it, or
I-
like once you've thought about it.
Once I've thought about
Okay,
it. I
okay.
I cannot. It's kind of difficult.
Not off the spot type
Not
stuff.
off the spot.
No. Okay.
So do you
is
like
hard to-
classic movies like going back like 80s, 90s, like the really good ones?
I
or-
watch stuff like that, but a lot of the things I've been watching recently is just I don't know, just good movies that have came out in probably the past 20, 25 years. Nothing
Interesting.
old yet.
We can get back to the 90s then, 25 years ago.
Yeah, there's still good.
A few
there's
good men.
There's been good stuff. I would say since probably the 70s. Like there's classics before that, but when you compare them, like, are they really
Yeah,
that good?
yeah.
Here, go ahead, really quick, and then I have a question.
No, I was gonna say like the gap between a good movie from the like 70s,
great
80s,
movie.
90s
Oh, okay.
to like the gap between a bad movie from back then and a good movie is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you'll watch some movies from back then and it's just unbearable, and then you'll watch another one that's like a tried and true classic and it's like, wow, that might be the best thing I've ever watched.
like, is that like Pulp Fiction, or what do you talk? Like, what would be an example of a great movie from that time?
Good Will Hunting.
Okay. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know that movie, but I'm sure. Looked
What?
sounds like
Good.
Redden does.
Anything from Tarantino. Big Tarantino.
I know
fan.
All this
Tarantino.
old stuff.
I know Tarantino.
Yep.
So here's like, what do we think about Avatar 2? It's not out yet. I
think
might
it'll be
even go
good.
see it. Like, what do they say? 2 billion on it, something like that. Are you thinking you're gonna watch Avatar 2?
Those blue guys look beautiful. They look so good. Like they look so real. Like even in the first Avatar, you're like, man, it's like this looks like a documentary. It looks so good. But now they're like in the water. They have like every single particle of the water rendered and everything. I'm not gonna. I'll pirate it. I will pirate the movie. I will.
Whoa, chill.
I will pirate it. I will not give them a dime. But yeah, I'll watch that movie for sure.
Would you get down with the main blue chick?
I'll see it on his phone.
How-
Yeah, that's
What are they gonna do?
No, I'm just saying, like, you might as well, go come clean with the.
Now you have to pirate.
I will pirate it.
I mean, if you're gonna get charged for pirating, you have to.
What? How tall is the main blue chick? Isn't she like?
Oh,
8
I bet
feet
you.
tall?
I bet you like 8 feet. Yeah.
I might fall in.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Wow. All
All
right.
right, James is coming back on. We need more of his shit on the show.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Damn.
No, that's valid. I don't know what to say about that.
Is that the end of the show?
Oh, we got shit to talk about, but I don't know how to transition from that.
Yeah, just jump back into football.
That's so good. Yeah. All right. So I want to touch on this really quick. It's not in my notes, but it was a big deal. It came out this weekend. The Titans fired GM, whatever his name is. It's not important enough to me to know that. But it's been a pretty big deal, and I didn't really think too much into it, but a lot of other people were like, what the hell are the Titans doing? I'll tell you. Apparently, like this, for a winning, GM late in the season like this, why would you fire him? And it kind of sounds like it's because they traded A.J. Brown, right? A.J. Brown away.
Yep.
And he kind of stomped on him. So, like, what? And Mike Vrabel's come out and said he didn't have really much to do with the firing. He was disappointed with the trade. He decided he didn't want to do the trade. It sounded like the trade was in the best interest of a football team. That football team being the Eagles, right? Not the Titans. Not really sure why they made that trade. Do you guys know enough about football to really care about GMs? This is kind of above my pay grade, and I really pay attention to football.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not huge into like GMs and the business side and everything.
Yeah, like I know the NFL is a business. It's just that like I don't. All that feels like it's getting taken care of by itself to me. Like I'm not a part of that. Like I care more about like the players, like Odell, like Baker. What are they doing on the field? And then I feel like as this show grows and we're able to put more time into it, we'll get to the point where it's like, all right, we're able to really talk about the GMs more. But I do think it's interesting that they fired him late in the season as a winner. He's made good decisions thus far. Mike Vrabel, Ryan Tannehill's hanging, Derrick Henry. Like, these decisions aren't made by nobody. Like, somebody makes them, and he's a part of that. I'm pretty sure he's the final say. So he's made good decisions this far, and I wonder if it did kind of boil down to just A.J. Brown.
I would kind of disagree.
Okay.
I think that was
let's hear it.
kind of the last straw, if I had to guess.
That's a good take.
I mean, I would definitely say he's a good GM, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I think the issue with the Titans, not even from like the general manager perspective, but just like the team as a whole, is it seems like I think the Titans owner wants to compete for Super Bowls, and like the Titans for the past 5 years have been a good team, very consistent team, but they haven't ever gotten past that hump of going to where people are like, oh, watch out for the Titans to win the Super Bowl. Like they're always going to be like talked about in the top 15, 10 even teams in the league.
Where would you put them right now? Last year they were a 1 seed.
Top 15.
AFC.
Yeah. Oh, AFC? I mean, I guess I don't know what they're ranked, but like if I had to look at their
They're obviously
team as
in
a
the
whole,
playoffs.
they're probably a top 10 team in the AFC.
Okay, it's not like
They're-
I'm not
they're
going to say
higher
that's
than
like
that.
a
They're
ridiculous
top
take.
eight.
I would say top 10 in the NFL almost. They're pretty
Yeah.
good.
They're pretty damn good.
They were
They've
holding-
shown they have holes, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think the issue is that they've just been one of those borderline teams. And I
Yeah.
think they were
kind of
like,
like Williamsburg's been.
we need someone to get us over the hump. Like we're tired of this complacency. We want to make a push towards winning Super Bowls, not just being a top team in the division every year.
In that manager's defense, though, he's put together a team that's been able to make like playoff runs and be consistently.
And they have
top
the division
five.
title like every year.
Yeah,
Like if I'm in like as a Patriots fan, we're not competing for division titles. We want to go to the Super Bowl, but in the AFC South, like, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just saying like they're getting those division titles every year. It seems like.
Yeah. I mean, they've been like a top 5 team in the AFC the past couple of years, and they haven't had like that guy at quarterback. He's
fair.
assembled that good of a team that they don't have to have that superstar quarterback, and they're able to contend.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But I think that's the issue, that they've just been kind of, it seems like, content with just winning the AFC South. And
And I
I'm
wonder-
guessing the ownership was like, okay, we need somebody who's going to make moves to put us in a position to win the Super Bowl because we're tired of just beating the Colts and Jaguars every year.
So let me ask you this then, Ren, because I wonder if it has to do with the A.J. Brown trade and then
I think that was
game-
just the last straw.
No, I agree. I'm saying, like, I think that was a major contributor. You're saying it's more of a minor contributor. I think, here's my question. Does losing to the Eagles, is that, like, a bigger straw than just the A.J. Brown? Like, losing to the NFC currently, in most people's eyes, like, the Super Bowl, like, they're probably going to represent the NFC. Like, do you
Yeah.
think them losing to them, it's like, all right, we're clearly not going to win a Super Bowl this year. Is this why we push the GM out? We start looking for something different.
Yes and no. I mean, GMs are not fired based on 1 year. They're
Right.
fired based on their entire track record and the direction they're taking the team. And I think that the fact that the Eagles 5 years ago were a bottom team in the NFL and now they're at the very top,
Yeah.
I'm guessing again the Titans ownership looked at that and said, okay, they passed us by. They went from the bottom to the top. Obviously, we're doing something wrong to some extent. We need to figure out how we go again from just middle of the pack, upper echelon of the middle pack, to where the Eagles are now. So I think that was, again, the A.J. Brown trade, the fact that he's now on the Eagles, it was kind of just like the perfect time, and that was kind of like the final straw in terms of like, okay, we lost to a team that 3 years ago we were way better than, and we traded one of our best players to that team. So I think that was kind of just the like, all right, this is the point. We cut it off and make a move to bring in somebody who's going to try to win Super Bowls.
No, I agree. I just think that's an interesting ordeal there because, like, what is the issue? We'll probably never know, but it's all above my head, which is almost what makes it more interesting. We can go ahead and touch on something here. It's been touched on the program. I'm surprised at how many views that last live had, considering the mic issues. I'm assuming the mics are good now. Brock Purdy. Okay, we are all massive Iowa State fans here, except for Cole. Seems to hate Iowa State. Loves Iowa. I don't know. Do you root for Iowa State?
Yeah. Yes, I go here.
Okay. Well, see, you would think if you go to Iowa State, you would be an Iowa State fan, but no.
I met a couple people that are like, no, I live in Iowa City, or I live in Mount Pleasant, or wherever, and they're like, I'm an Iowa fan, but I go to Iowa State, and I don't understand that in the slightest. My dad's one of the biggest Iowa State fans I can think of, and one of the only I can think of as an adult. We're surrounded by Iowa fans, but of course, yeah, I go here. I'm a fan.
No, I'm the same way, so dap me up on that one, because that's me. We need more of that mentality. Cole seems to love Iowa. He's come on the program. He said, "Oh, I love Iowa State." Blah blah blah. Defend yourself, please, because I know you're about to just go silent if you don't. We both know you're an Iowa fan,
I'm not an Iowa fan,
bro.
dude.
You do the wave. You do the wave at the game.
Whoa, but don't you kind of have to?
We're not gonna get into
What
that.
are you
or
trying to
else
say?
I'm gonna have actual issues on the
Yeah,
internet. If
we're
I
gonna
say
cut
something.
that off there.
You do not need to do that wave unless you go to school. I do not care.
Wow.
I don't care who's in that building.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
You do the wave.
Yeah,
It's for like 10 minutes.
it's for the kids, man.
I don't see no kids.
No, they're there. They're there. They're there.
If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it. Yeah. Did it really fall? I don't see any kids. It's my mentality.
All right.
We're in a simulation. We don't know they're in there.
No, you could see them on TV.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
It's probably like a big cardboard cutout of just a building. And like, look what
This
we
is a
can make
bad
these
hill
kids
to die
do.
on. Bad hill to die on.
I'm not. I feel bad for the kids.
This is certainly not a hill I was going to die on. Go ahead and please, I really want to hear your argument for why you are an Iowa State fan. Because I know all of freshman year you kept all your Iowa stuff up in your room. We had that rap battle in the room with the Iowa gear up. I know it. I have videos of it.
What Iowa gear are you talking about? I need some evidence here.
Iowa wrestling poster. I
Oh,
believe
in
they're
my
right under the
childhood
pin.
home?
Yes.
I don't live there anymore. What am I supposed to
Oh, so-
deconstruct it?
What? So if I just go ahead and put a bunch of Purdue stuff in my house and I move away, I'm just not a Purdue fan anymore?
Okay, you know,
I thought he was going to fucking leave, bro.
from your, I would like to think you would just be happy that I made the conversion.
No,
and
I
that
am,
you have
but
another
I wanna
Iowa
see
State
proof.
fan.
Like, what is the proof?
The
like,
proof
I'll-
of what?
Like, just tell me why. Are you an Iowa State fan? Because I will admit, Iowa has a better wrestling program, and you're a huge wrestling fan. So, like, it's understandable if you wanted to root for Iowa wrestling, because I'll root for good wrestling as well, and they happen to be on top. I'm still going to root for Iowa State wrestling. I feel like when you go to Iowa State wrestling, you root for Iowa.
No,
That's
hold on,
false.
hold on.
You
We
can
almost
talk
beat
to
'em.
Brock about this.
We almost beat them though.
No, I agree.
Like it's not like they're that much better this year.
Yeah.
We definitely could have.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear his fucking argument here, actually.
You can talk to Brock about this. I was literally just sweating over the dual meet while I was watching the Iowa State Cyclones play basketball. Okay, in person.
Okay.
Where were you at for that?
I was actually at work.
Oh, okay. I was at the game rooting on the Cyclones and watching the Iowa State duel on my phone rooting for them. So
Okay.
I mean,
You know what? I will not
I also
call you-
have Iowa State football season tickets.
Well, hold on. I need to get in this. I have season tickets, and I was actually at the meet, so I'm a bigger fan.
He went into Iowa territory.
I went in there.
I went to the Cyhawk football game
Oh.
with Iowa State stuff on.
I did too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went
We're
into
even.
Kinnick twice
Yeah.
in opposing
It's hard
enemy.
to go there. It is. As an
Apparel.
Iowa
Oh,
State
I
fan.
love
and I won
going there.
twice.
I go there and just piss them off.
Yeah, that's just fucking. He just goes there. And makes
I
them
go there
mad.
and talk down their throat. We went to a frat party.
Nothing
and
beats Seeley's video though.
Yeah.
I went down there and I went to a frat party and I was just talking shit the whole time. And thank God we made the field goal. Or thank God we won. But it was chaos. It was chaos after we won. In that whole, they broke like 4 chairs and a table, and we walked out of there with a prize possession, and it was great.
We did walk out with a prize possession.
was-
and I got slapped in the face for allegedly talking too much shit.
Yeah.
But I was not talking shit. She was too drunk. Smacked me in the face. I was like, what the?
Okay, Cole. I will not call you an Iowa fan anymore.
I'm hurting
It's just,
right now.
It was just the stuff on your bedroom walls as a child. He kept those up for too long, and I wasn't quite sure because I know for you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe freshman year and maybe even a sophomore. I'm not entirely sure. We are juniors, freshman and potentially into sophomore year. You told me you were an Iowa fan still.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's
Okay,
not true.
So I must be thinking of someone else then.
You must be.
Where are you currently in your Dan Snyder fandom? Are you still all in on him, or
The
have you kind of
Nickelodeon
like
guy?
backed that up?
The Nickelodeon guy?
The what?
The Nickelodeon guy?
No.
For,
I was about to say.
Oh, fuck.
That's getting clipped. What? All right, we'll move on because I know Cole hates that. That is so funny to me, though.
You grabbed the mic for that.
Of this conversation.
That's good shit. All right.
Hunter says he needs to get on soon.
Yeah.
What time is it? 7 o'clock? All right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. We haven't talked like any football. But we're going to go ahead and bring on our college football playoff representative. Everything really college football except for Redden. We're going to have a good conversation about that. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Go ahead, take a quick pee, take a quick drink, whatever you got to do. Come back. We're going to have a good-ass time.
You want
See
pre-show?
then. Go to, yes, pre-show.
All right. Right on.
Good?
City.
No, man.
Yeah, it's on desk.
Like right outside of it.
All right. Go ahead, cut to the couch for a second. Cole, tell me what your favorite color is.
Red.
Elaborate.
It's always been my favorite color. I think it looks cool.
I think when you like
Clearly,
think
I
about your
agree.
favorite color, like you have to at some point think about like how that relates to your personality. Would you say red at all relates to your personality?
No, I'd probably go purple for that.
Royalty? Purple's the color of royalty.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty chill color too.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would
On the
agree.
right.
I kind of take you as like a green guy.
Oh, okay. Studio mode.
Green? Nah.
Yeah, just one screen.
Green's
I
just
mean,
kinda
I'm
like,
wearing green right now.
yeah, but just kind of like happy
Jim's flag
vibes,
or
chill,
something.
you know?
You'll do
Straight cash.
Yeah, the money man.
I agree.
I
I'm a
can see
green guy.
that.
You ready?
I like green.
You're a big
Green
green
and
guy.
purple. Yeah, I like Doofenshmirtz.
Oh,
Wow, that's a hot take.
I would
Phineas and
also
Ferb,
like to
man.
add that I've had Kevin Dresser's signature for over 10 years.
Interesting. All right, we're gonna go
Do
ahead and
it.
skim by that because we are on a timer here. Come to me. All right, so. Woo. That
Lucky
is.
sweat.
I didn't. We just flew through that first whatever how long it's been, 30 minutes or so. I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and bring on a guy who's been on the show quite a few times, a man who is closer than anyone in this room to a college football playoff team. I hope he can hear us. I hope we can hear him. A man with unbelievable flow and can pluck that bass better than anybody. The one and only Hunter Leichsenring. Hunter, how are we doing?
Hoorah, baby. It's time
All right,
for
well,
the college football playoffs. That's what we're talking about.
He sounds like the guys that call into the radio shows where it's like Mad Dog Sports Radio. Oh, I'm kind of kissing the mic. Mad Dog Sports Radio, and some guy will call in from like Delaware, and he's just talking about nothing. Hunter kind of sounds like that at the moment.
You know that's me, baby. You know that's me.
is too funny.
Kind of sounds like Beetlejuice off Howard Stern.
Kinda.
Come on, let's stay out.
Okay, Hunter.
All right, first things first. I got two things to say.
Go ahead.
Number one, is this James kid? That's the guy behind you?
Yes.
I fucking love this kid. I wish this guy was the whole entire show.
He's a fucking
All
dude.
right. Number two, my top 3 movies. Elf, Schindler's List, The Notebook.
That's very interesting. You have a lot of genres. I got mine already thought up. Inglourious Bastards, Indiana
Yes.
Jones, and oh god, I forgot the last one. Come back to me.
Okay. All right. Yes, this is James. I trust the producer is running the show. I don't know what's being shown. I just know we're going to act like we're on camera at all times. And, Hunter, I have a quick question for you.
What's the question?
We're going to jump into it really quick. TCU loses to Kansas State. I don't think we've talked to you since then. It's a little embarrassing as a TCU fan, I'm sure. But I
was
want to
bad.
get your reaction on Max Duggan's presser afterwards. Dude was bawling. Dude was emotional. Kid
Yes.
really wanted TCU to get into the playoffs. James has a quick note, and then we're going to go ahead and ask you, what did you think of Max Duggan's presser? And was that the reason TCU got into the college football playoff?
My third movie is The Departed.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. So as far as Max Duggan's presser goes, I think it really showed how much emotion he has for the game. If Stetson Bennett lost the game, you know that guy wouldn't shed a fucking tear. We'll talk about the Heisman later, but right now, all you got to think about is how much effort Max Duggan puts in. And Quentin Johnson, obviously the second best person on our team. Kendre Miller, third best person. I'd probably put Kendre above Quentin, actually. But Max Duggan, he's the MVP of TCU. You know, he puts in a lot of effort every single play. You saw, especially with that last drive on the Big 12 championship, how much blood, sweat, and tears, literally, he was putting into the game.
That's a valid point.
So like,
But here it is. I have no reason to think that was why we stayed at number 3. Okay, whether Max Duggan cried or not, it would have not mattered. We would have been at number 3 to begin.
Go ahead, Ren.
I agree with you on the number 3 thing, but I guess my biggest question is like, how are the TCU faithful feeling? Like, when you look at the season you guys have had so far, obviously you guys started out really hot, 12-0, I believe. Then you
Right.
lose to K-State in the Big 12 championship, and
Sure.
now you lose to Michigan in the college football playoffs. So like, yeah, you
Okay,
won
well,
12 in
okay,
a row,
well,
but then when it
well,
mattered,
I'm gonna
you ended the
stop you
season
right
0-2.
I'm gonna
You ended the
stop you
season
right
0-2.
there. I'm sorry, Redbone. What college did you go to?
This is a Mickey Mouse season you guys are having. You guys are just
This
patting
is a
yourselves
Mickey
on the
Mouse
back
season.
for winning
We're having
nothing.
a Mickey Mouse season.
winning
you're having a goofy in the grave. Talk about Iowa State. You're 1-7. No, you're 1-8 after we fucking beat you in the Big 12. What are you gonna come at me with?
Hey,
with
man, hey, I'm a Nebraska fan, and we were tanking for a draft pick. Don't get me jumbled in with this Iowa State slander, okay? If you
Well,
want to
you're
slander a
talking-
team,
you
slander
already
the
lost to
Nebraska
Michigan.
Cornhuskers. Slander
You're
the
already-
Cornhuskers.
You're talking like TCU already lost to Michigan, and you're fucking wrong. You're
Hey,
fucking
put money
wrong.
on it.
Yeah, let's put money on it. I'll take
I'll
Michigan.
put fucking 120 on the frog. Hand me the frog.
$1.20? That's all the faith you have on your team?
120,
That's all the faith you have on your
sucker.
team?
120.
Are we betting straight up?
Well, I know if you're betting straight up, you'd never do it on the
I'll let you
clones. That's for fucking sure.
Hunter, just
Well,
a
no,
second. Hunter,
obviously not. I'm not an Iowa State fan.
1 second. Before
Oh.
we get moving here, I cannot wait until this show has a phone line. All right, this is the first time.
Yeah,
we
let
haven't
him
been able-
fucking let anybody call in.
This
Try
has
to-
not been the
try to
first.
talk
This is
shit on
the first
frog.
time we have not been able to see Hunter. Like we cannot see the screen at all, and it feels like a phone call. And I love it. This is so good.
1 sec. I have something. Is sports betting legal in Texas? Does anybody know?
No,
I
it's not.
doubt it.
Oh, it's not?
It's not?
No, if weed's not legal, then sports betting's not legal. That's what I've seen.
Well, it's legal in
with it.
Iowa, and weed's not legal here.
Medically, it is.
Oh, really?
Do you know how to spell pussy? TCU.
Do you know how to spell shit? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Speaking of pussies, your
You can't
quarterback
spell
cried
shit
after a
without
loss.
Iowa State Cyclones.
No,
I'm not an
no,
Iowa
no.
State fan.
What are you a fan of?
Nebraska.
So
Fucking
your
Huskers?
quarterback cried after a loss, and
Yes.
you look at that in
Respect.
admiration of how much he loves the game. But like the only people that cry after losses are like kids after like a t-ball game or something.
Hey, Max
Really?
Duggan is an Iowa kid, so we do like that.
I mean, there's two different
Obviously, you
perspectives
don't.
you can have.
Obviously,
but-
you don't.
No.
Who's the guy that cried after nail polish? Some fucking.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
great
exactly.
point. No, hey, Max
Exactly.
Duggan. I haven't been confirmed yet by the Heisman committee, but I think I will have a vote in the ceremony, and I think I'm going to give it to Max Duggan. Just,
right.
I just want that on the record.
So let me go ahead and ask you.
Here's
this, Hunter.
what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, Caleb Williams, his stats aren't there. C.J. Stroud doesn't have the heart. Max Duggan has the fucking grit, and Stetson Bennett is a 25-year-old throwing slants to 5-star receivers, and they fucking praise him like he's a fucking god.
That's
They're
a
like,
very
oh my
good-
god, Stetson Bennett. Oh my god.
Did you
What the
see
fuck
him and
did this
Lamar
guy
the
do?
same age?
Yeah.
Stetson Bennett could have his
No,
AARP
Lamar's
card.
younger. I thought Lamar was younger. It's fucking ridiculous.
They were born in the same year, I know.
They
He
were.
might be younger.
Yeah. 2016 Lamar Heisman winner, or was it 2018? Either one of the two.
20. It had to be 18.
18
right?
then?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Hunter, let me ask you this. And you said that Max Duggan is the MVP of TCU football. Do you think? I mean, we're basically jumping into Heisman talk here. Do you think he is the Heisman? You know, will he win the Heisman?
I see. That's what I just said. You know, I think
I know.
if the Heisman committee picks right, then they should pick Max Duggan over C.J. Stroud. It should only be between C.J. and Max. Stetson Bennett should not be in it. Caleb Williams should not be in it.
Is Stetson
Stetson Bennett should
only-
not be a fucking finalist.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
think it
Is
should be-
Stetson Bennett?
Lamar is like 8 months
People-
older than
Bennett.
Bennett.
Here's my question: is Stetson Bennett only not in it because of his age? Is that the only reason you don't like him, Hunter?
No,
Mm.
I don't like him because your fucking roster is insane. Like, you
Okay.
don't have a single bad receiver. You have the best receivers in the country.
Are you
that
saying
you're
TCU's receivers are bad?
Ooh.
I'm saying out of the ones that we have 2 good, you know?
Okay.
I'm not saying our tight end is the best in the country like Georgia's, but I'm just saying that that's how it is.
No, I agree with you. Like, Stetson Bennett is like, he's going to be able to retire and file for his like Medicare here in about 2 or 3 years. Where Max Duggan on the other side, like, he's making do with what he can, man. Like he's out there playing with some heart.
All I know is that the next time TCU picks up another quarterback, we need a fucking ginger. Literally every time we're fucking raw is when we have a ginger. We have Max Duggan or Andy Dalton. That's the 2 times that we've started with a 0-12.
What about what's that guy's name? Trayvon
12-0.
Boykin?
Trayvon Boykin was great until he fucking punched the cop and had to sit out 2 games.
Yeah.
Then he came back for Baylor and lost in triple overtime. God, I was at that game too. It was pouring down rain. I swear, I could have drank more water at that game than I drank in the previous year.
Wow.
Go ahead with your question.
No, I agree with his point, though, that there has to be something that needs to be said that, you know, Ohio State and Georgia, those are 2 teams that, like, you're expecting to make the playoff. And then Max Duggan just comes out of nowhere this year and takes his team out of the woodworks and brings them to the college football playoff.
Okay. That's the thing that, like, I thought was crazy. Everybody's like, Max Duggan for Heisman. And even I saw him at a bar last year. And I was like, as a joke, like, oh, Duggan for Heisman, you know, and I posted on my story, taking a picture with him. But it's like, I never expected him to actually do this well. And me and Marv were looking at the betting odds. And if you would have bet on him a month and a half ago, it was plus 9,000.
Wow.
So you could have made some real money betting like $20?
Yeah, I
Put
told
20
Hunter, I
bucks
said,
down?
you hit anything plus, 2,000 or higher, that's unbelievable. Plus 9,000, and he's an actual favorite now, like finalist even.
Is he favored? Like, out of the 4?
No, definitely not.
No, he's
I think
3rd.
Caleb Williams is favored, correct?
Which
Stetson,
is
yes.
pretty crazy.
Oh, screw
No,
that guy.
CJ's first, I think.
Hunter, I want to get your opinion
Second.
on. It's Caleb Williams for USC, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
step out of turn.
Yep.
Caleb, yeah, I want to ask about your opinion on Caleb Williams' nails. Okay, he had "fuck Utah" on his nails. Apparently, he's been doing this all year. You said that, right? Redden said that he's been doing that all year. I didn't know that. What are we thinking? Like, what does that take him out of Heisman contention? I kind of think it does. You know,
Well, hey, look at Baker, bro. Come on. I mean, like, Baker won the Heisman. He was grabbing his nuts against Kansas, and he's like,
fair.
fuck you. He's like, go cheer on basketball, and he still won the Heisman. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
That's not why he was stressing. He was just stressing, you know, to be fucked up.
I'm looking at the Heisman odds, and according to Fox Bet, I don't know how accurate that is, but I'd assume relatively, they have Caleb Williams as a minus 2,000 favorite. The next closest is Max Duggan at plus 2,000.
Holy, that can't
Holy
be
shit.
So
accurate.
you knock off, I'm guessing the way it looks like
Those
Fox has
changed
their
overnight.
stuff
Yo, I
built, you
looked
knock
at
off
them,
a zero
and it was
compared
like,
to a normal.
I could have swore I saw CJ Stroud negative 200, Duggan at like plus 2,000.
Here we go. We're gonna check another site here quick. Holy cow!
I could
Yeah,
check
this one has
FanDuel,
Caleb
but-
Williams at minus 1,600. Max Duggan at plus 1,600
he's
is the next
basically
closest.
he's
CJ Stroud, according to pretty much every sports book, is the long shot favorite at like plus 4,000.
Interesting, because of his bad game against Northwestern, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So.
Hunter,
valid. I think-
do you have
What?
anything that's burning? I know you've only got about 10 minutes here, so we got to get you in and out. But I want to know, just kind of what is on your mind as far as college. I know you don't pay attention to the NFL, so we'll focus in on college football here. What are we looking at, for bowl week? I know you're looking to hopefully get a second bowl game in the national championship. What are we looking forward to? We'll do predictions and all of that. We can do that again tomorrow. I don't know if you guys are available. We're thinking about doing a night show tomorrow, which would be very interesting for a Thursday night. But we'll get more graphics on there, and it'll be a good time. But what are you looking forward to, and do you have any burning questions that you want to cover in the next 9 minutes?
I mean, I really don't have any burning questions. The most thing that I want is for Georgia to lose, because Georgia's the new Alabama, and you gotta hate the number one. It's kind of like the Pack. You just have to hate the Patriots if they're winning. Same thing with Georgia. I think the game that I'm excited about the most is either Tulane USC or Clemson Redbone.
Tennessee.
Exactly. The Orange Bowl. The
I'm
two
so glad
orange
you didn't
teams.
ask me.
Me too.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I want to see what that'll happen. I really want Tennessee to win, and I really want Tulane to win.
I personally, I don't know how you feel. Maybe you're a little upset and feel a little salty about K-State, but I'd love nothing more than to see K-State beat Bama.
I love nothing more than watch K-State beat.
Are they?
TCU?
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I would love to see that too, because me and TCU and K-State 1-1. That's what you got to look at it.
Yep.
You can't look at it as the championship team. losing to K-State. You got to look at it as a 1-1 record against K-State.
Okay.
And if K-State wins, we could basically say that we beat Alabama. Transitive property. We've all
No,
been
yeah,
there.
yeah, I agree with that.
Well, it doesn't much
Same-
matter if you win the Natty
James,
Championship.
is that how that works, James?
That is the transitive property.
All right, thank you.
Hunter, how much time you got?
Got about 8 minutes or so.
Okay, I got something for you.
There's
Hunter.
no way. There's no. What the
It's
fuck?
not been 40 minutes.
Hold on.
I thought you said you had to be gone by
I joined
7:30.
after 7.
He said 7:50.
You said 7:30 to me, right?
7:50. I got until 7:50.
All right.
All right,
Well,
regardless,
Alex,
Hunter.
keep an eye on the Zoom call. It'll give you a notification when 10 minutes pops up. If you can split screen it, just let me know when that happens.
AJ Hawk and Pat McAfee never have this problem. That's all
Well,
I'm saying.
hey, Hunter, guess what? I'm poor. I
What?
can't pay for Zoom Premium, all right?
Oh, word.
It's funny. You were,
Cole's
Never
got a
mind.
question for you, Hunter.
all right,
Yeah.
Hunter. Jumping over to NFL here. How do you feel about the Odell allegations in Dallas?
Very.
See, that's
yeah,
what I'm
and
wondering
you're
about.
in.
Jerry had a lot to say about that.
He did.
Jerry was like, dude, he's like, we haven't seen him practice. We don't know what he's going to do. But we're still, who's picking him up?
I think
There's
Dallas is
talks
the.
about, no, there's talk about Buffalo, right? Buffalo grabbing him.
Did you see where he was last night or the night before?
What, Dallas?
He's at a Dallas Mavericks game with Micah Parsons and Diggs.
Yeah, I saw that headline where it's like Jerry's skeptical, but the Mavs are in. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what? I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
I saw something today that sounded like Dallas was the favorite for Odell right now, but the Cowboys were actually having concerns with Odell's injury being ready by
Yeah, that-
mid-January.
exactly. They were wondering if he could actually fucking play.
Now, here's my question for y'all.
But the Bills were going to
Y'all.
hire him on an
Y'all.
injury contingent, like if you can play contract.
I do have to say this. Read and questioned my y'all there. Hunter, coming down and visiting Texas, seeing Shelly every weekend when we were in high school, it's just imprinted y'all into my fucking vocabulary. But here's my question for you all.
You
Are the-
guys.
Yeah,
were-
you guys.
there you go.
Are we thinking Dallas is using the ACL claim to scare off other teams so they don't necessarily pitch as high of an offer? Cowboys know they want him. They're like, hey, his ACL is not ready. We ran extensive tests that you guys didn't do. All right. I would fend it off of, don't go ahead and look into OBJ. We'll pitch him, $1 million as a vet min, whatever it is. We'll take him. Is that something that could potentially be happening? James has a take really quick before you jump in, Hunter.
Well, okay.
You're like a conspiracy theorist.
That's
You're
what I was
thinking
going to
at
say.
every angle.
I was like the conspiracy
Jeez.
theorists and the cheating.
I was like,
the only
whoa,
one
this is a
team that
whole
that
new
fucking
angle that
happens
I-
with is the
I
Pats.
mean, I don't even know football, but
Some Pelosi tactics there. Put some fear in the market and buy low.
What
That
do you
sounds
think,
like
Hunter?
that sounds like a Belichick craft move right there. It's some fucking
Oh.
cheating the fucking system to try to get their fucking favorite player. Let's just say that he has an ACL injury. Let's just leak that information that he might be injured so he can't go to a different team. Yeah, that's Patriots 101. So we're pulling a little playbook from the Patriots, and now like that's what it is. If that's what it is, I don't think that is because the Cowboys, we're not gonna do that. We got enough money to begin with. We'll be fine.
I mean, it's smart regardless. I mean, that's why Bill Belichick is the greatest NFL coach of all time. And like, I don't know much about
James,
football,
you just
but
lost.
he
You just
is,
lost
he
half your
is.
brownie points.
I don't even know what you're saying.
James is coming back on.
So, I mean, he's the greatest of all time. He's just using the resources he has, and maybe they're not the cleanest, but I mean, he is. And if they're gonna take a page out of his book, I mean, that's a good one to take.
All right, Val, do you guys? I didn't ask. Like I asked, kind of Hunter. Do you guys either have takes on that, and then Hunter can obviously bounce off of that?
I could see that. I mean, I don't know. Dallas is. I like them. They're a good football team.
Well,
it
that's
seems
your
kinda,
second favorite team, apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of a dirty move, though. I could see it. Put some fear in the market and buy them low. I like that.
Fear in the market. Love it.
Putting some fear in the market. Yeah.
I just think OBJ, I'm not sold on him regardless. I think even if he does go to Dallas, I think that's where he would have the biggest impact. But I really don't think, regardless, that OBJ is going to make a huge impact as to who's winning a football game. And this will probably come back to bite me in the butt, and I'll have some big catch
Yeah.
late.
What about
but,
AB? What about AB?
I think he's donezo.
No,
he
I
j-
mean when he went to Tampa. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
he didn't
just-
do anything.
Okay. Valid.
Go to 2
I don't think. I don't know. The OBJ news just kind of, to me, is like, whatever. They're signing a vet receiver with a lot of baggage. It's like, I don't know. I'm more worried about the big picture. I'm not too worried about Odell wherever he goes.
Do you see AB just caught another case?
Yeah, he was in some shootout, wasn't he, with the cops?
I didn't see the specifics, but I was like, yeah, he's probably donezo for a little while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna have to take a second to himself.
Yeah, the day that the AB news broke, AB really flew under the radar because that was the day that Kanye decided to make a ton of comments about different stuff, and like Twitter kept updating, and it was like every like 4 posts you'd see like, oh, AB's in a standoff with the cops at his home in Tampa, but then like the other posts were just about Kanye. So I think AB got lucky there, flew under the radar, and so it's like he chose a good time to be in a standoff with the cops. You know, the internet was busy.
I have something to say.
Let's hear it.
I saw this NFL post, and I think it's the funniest one that they've ever posted for the Pro Bowl. The coaches, have you seen that? The Manning brothers are coaching the Pro Bowl.
Are they really?
Oh, that's
I
cool.
have not seen that.
like
yeah,
that.
so Peyton's doing AFC, Eli's doing NFC. And
Genius
for
by the
Eli,
NFL, by the
That's
way.
fucking big baller moves.
Eli, his things are 2-time Super Bowl champion, obviously.
Patriots.
Walk on at Penn State, that's one of his stats. And then Arch Manning's uncle. They're calling that. And then for Peyton Manning, it's 5-time NFL MVP, chicken parm enthusiast. And then also Arch Manning's uncle. That's what they're calling them for like their stats for like the actual post that they did.
I like that. It's kind of like when, like you have prom and they're like, and this person will be majoring in, turtle psychology at the University of Augustana. Like everyone knows it's fake, but it's just funny.
Do you mean to tell me that Arch is the son of the third brother?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
The
Well, I
pastor.
just didn't mean to
The
look
best
into it.
brother, by the way.
Who is it?
Eli and Peyton, granted, they're probably just saying this because it's easier to say than being like, oh, Eli or whatever's better. But it's been like I think it's the oldest brother, right, Hunter?
Yes.
What's his name?
I don't know. He's the pastor though.
Yeah. Well, he was like coming out of high school, he was like the highest touted recruit of all of them. But then he had some like injury or
Cooper.
something that Cooper Manning, yep.
Oh, yeah.
That all of a sudden he was no longer able to like go to college and play football or whatever. But he was, for coming out of high school, I want to say he was the highest touted recruit of the 3 of them.
Are you talking about Cooper or
Cooper, yeah.
Arch? Oh, okay.
Arch's father.
Is Arch going to UT or is he going to Ole Miss or Tennessee?
He's going to go, I think he's going to go to
Texas.
UT.
Well, he was-
Texas offered him a
I thought
major
he
bag.
accepted Texas.
Yeah, he's committed to Texas right now.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Surprised he's not making the
don't know.
trip to the flashing streets of Ames, Iowa, but that's all right.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah. What do you
Well,
do?
what are your thoughts on the boy,
The who?
Russell Wilson?
Oh, Jesus. What
I
about
want to
him?
hear this because I saw
Where
the
did he
stat.
come out of?
Wait,
The
say it
stats are crazy on Russell Wilson this season, and I think they're hilarious.
What
You're-
what,
It said-
what about him?
You're asking me what I think about Russell?
Well, I'm just saying, you guys were like, "What are we gonna do with him? What are we gonna do?" But I was just wondering what your take was.
That's a good question. haven't
I
thought
keep
about
on
it.
seeing these stats where it's like Peyton Manning in 2013, his first game, he had seven touchdowns, right?
Yep.
But then Russell Wilson has 7 touchdowns in the first 13 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think that's insane.
I don't know if
Fucking
you've seen this,
stupid.
Hunter. Russell Wilson has 12 bathrooms. He doesn't even have as many touchdowns as they do bathrooms. He doesn't have as many
Exactly.
touchdowns as they do wins. No, he has more
Well, yeah.
touchdowns than they do wins. That should not be the stat.
That's also all of the NFL right now. The Eagles have 11 wins, don't they?
Yeah, how many touchdowns does Hurts have? You tell
Yeah,
me
but
he doesn't have
the wins
11
thing.
throwing
The
touchdowns?
wins. Yeah, but the wins thing I'm saying.
You're telling me he doesn't have 11 throwing touchdowns?
When you said Russell Wilson has more bathrooms than he does wins.
No. He has more throwing touchdowns than he does have.
I know what you said. You don't know what you
I guess
said.
maybe I saw that in a comment somewhere, and that fool wasn't thinking.
Are we doing this draft today?
No,
Oh,
we're not
okay.
gonna worry about it.
Tomorrow?
Hunter had a draft idea. We're gonna maybe
Dude, I
refine
spent
it
so
for
much
tomorrow.
time on my picks
I
here.
know.
we'll
For
think
bald
about it.
people or
No, for
We're running close on Hunter's
goosebump
time. I
moments.
know for sure. I know. You said you had till 7:50.
yeah, hey, whenever the Zoom runs out, that's when I'll end it.
Alex is keeping an eye on that, right?
I mean, I've got it up. It's not telling me anything.
All right, so we're chilling. I think it's probably going to be around in the next 3 minutes. We're going to have a 10-minute mark.
It's 7:30.
Can I read off some TCU stats? If you don't
I thought you
care?
were going to ask me about Russell Wilson. You were just asking me just for fun or what?
Oh, I thought you already answered. My bad.
No, my answer for that is, as a Denver Bronco, like, you've got to be thinking, we paid this guy $250 million.
You trade away your whole life.
Yeah, they
Try to get this kid.
They sold their soul for Team 3, which is something I would assume no one would ever do. Not really sure why they did that. You can see Seattle was obviously not happy with Russell Wilson in multiple respects, with the veterans coming back to watch the Seahawks beat the Broncos, Pete Carroll giving some, getting some juice back after they lose him. There's multiple signs that Seattle wasn't happy with him. Obviously, their hindsight to the Broncos, they had no idea. Just an interesting move. They would pay him so much. As a Bronco, you would have to think paying him $250 million, they've got to give him another year, right? You can't. It's not going to be the head coach thing where they give him a year, they get him out of town, right? It's going to be one of those things where they replace Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett does have some issues in his scheme. I don't know if he's necessarily playing to Russ's strengths or if it's Russ having issues. I just, quite frankly, don't watch Broncos games because they're hard to watch. I mean, we watched the Colts Broncos on primetime, and it was, 9-12 in overtime? I mean, come on. The under hit after overtime. This is hard to watch. And I think they bring in someone who maybe Russ melds with, Team 3 melds with. They release another Let's Ride video. They come up with another slogan. They give it another shot. Broncos go 4-15 then.
Not good.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna have a horrible season next year. Russell will probably retire as a Seahawk. Maybe he'll take a 1-year deal. Pete Carroll will give him the benefit of the doubt. Kind of feel bad for him. He'll retire as a Seahawk. That'll be the end of his career, even though he probably has more in the tank, or at least he thinks. I think that's, I think they have to give him at least another year, giving him that much money before they take that dead cap, which I don't personally understand at all. But
Valid.
I think that's probably where they go with that.
That's fair.
Well, here's the issue with Russell. I didn't realize how old he was.
How old is he?
He's 34 right now.
Kind of old.
Broncos have him
Marv, how
under
old's Brady?
contract until he's 40.
Yeah, they have
40.
a long year contract on him.
When did Peyton retire? Was he like 38?
When did Andrew Luck retire?
Like
People are
28?
retiring younger.
Ichiro retired.
Well, that was a different. That was a.
Yeah.
No, I
Andrew
know.
Luck's
And that
like,
article just got released. We'll talk. At least maybe not today. Tomorrow we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But what was your question, Hunter? I heard you peep in.
Me?
You asked me a question.
I said, when did Ichiro retire?
Ichiro Suzuki?
Yeah, from the MLB in Japan.
He was like 50, wasn't he?
Oh, some
yeah,
people play
see,
forever.
exactly.
Some people play
Exactly.
forever.
The goats can live on.
Tom's gonna play till 50. We know that.
Well, he doesn't have a reason to stop now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Without Giselle.
He wants to fill up 10 fingers and then he can leave.
I don't know if Hunter, if you saw my short, I was asking, basically where do we think Tom will be next year? He's a free agent. What do you think? I won't give you any leads. What do you think?
I have no idea because that's the first I'm hearing about this information.
Well, there was rumors he might be coming back to New England. I said potentially could be going to the Raiders with Josh McDaniel. That was his offensive coordinator in New England. And I also said the 49ers. They've got hella weapons, and that was his childhood favorite team, correct?
Yes.
I have
say-
no idea.
Fuck it. Send him to Houston.
He's not going to sign there. What?
Send him to Houston.
I agree, Hunter.
Send him
I
to
agree.
Texans.
I like that
Just
take.
hit 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yep.
All right.
The Texans need him.
46. That's what I'll cut off.
Why?
I got the time on here too, so.
Anybody
Here, I
got the
got-
time?
Hunter,
Before
you got
we
a
go,
question?
No, this is just a statement about how great TCU is. I have some stats.
All right, you go ahead. Hey, Hunter, before you jump in with your question, I'm going to let James run the show. I'm going to give him the reins as the host, or, maybe Alex will take it. I don't know. Alex hasn't jumped in yet. I know you grabbed the mic once, but I have to pee so bad. I'm going to jump out of the room real quick, and I'll be back. But James is going to take over this mic, and you go ahead and ask a question to the boys. What is your question?
Hit us with those TCU facts.
Here's the TCU facts, right? college football playoffs been going since what? 2014,
No.
2012, 2010.
After that,
Yeah, I want to say 2016 or 17.
yeah,
Okay, please, someone fact check me. It's 2014. So, first team in Texas to make it to the college football playoffs.
It was
TCU.
2014.
wow.
Wow.
TCU. Okay? Right? Yes, exactly. Who's the smallest school to make it to the college football playoff? I'm so glad you asked. It's TCU.
But that's including this year, correct?
What do you mean including this year?
Well, this is their
When
first
this
year. Prior to this, it was probably Washington.
No, it was not. It was TCU.
He said they were the first in the first
The
batch.
TCU's made the college football playoff before?
No, we're the smallest team to make it to the college football playoff.
Oh, I thought you said you
My
made
bad.
it in the
My
first
bad
batch.
if I misspoke that.
Yeah. Continue.
Garrett Riley, assistant coach of the year. Sonny Dykes, head coach of the year. I forget what that award was, but it wasn't like the main coach of the year. It was just like a secondary one. Second team in the Big 12. We'll take that, to make it to the college football playoff. Oklahoma beat us with Baker Mayfield. That's fine. We don't really care about that. But yeah, that's pretty much the main stat that we got going for us. And a Heisman finalist. And hopefully a Heisman winner.
So really, you just wanted to pat yourself on the back and be like, we're the smallest school, and this year we have the Coach of the Year and Heisman finalists. That was
Exactly. That's
the
why we're
extent-
America's team. We are the peacocks of the football.
I would agree with that. I mean, I'm rooting for. I'd really like to see TCU win the national championship. That'd be sweet, but it's just not gonna happen.
We are St. Paul, except we went further than that.
Hunter, I'd love to hear you sling some dirt on Oklahoma and Texas for thinking they're too good for the Big 12 now.
Interesting.
Oh. What do you mean? Since they're leaving?
Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas are leaving for the SEC.
I think we're going to get fucking killed. I don't know what the fuck UT's thinking. I think Oklahoma has a better track record than UT. Obviously, I think UT was the second best school in Texas after. I don't know who was number one. Oh, yeah, TCU. So
Wow.
after, yeah, I know, right? It's fucking crazy. I didn't believe it either. But if UT was better, then they would have a better chance when they were leaving. But they don't stand a fucking chance, especially if they got their ass whooped by Arkansas last year. Crazy. Or was that year this year? I can't even remember
I think
anymore.
that was last year. I think.
Yeah, that was last year. I fucking hate UT. I hate UT. Okay. It goes Baylor, UT, Iowa State. And that's how. Oh no, Iowa State. But if we're talking Big 12, then we'll put Iowa State above Iowa.
Fair.
So who of the college football playoffs? Say you were to win, right? You somehow beat Michigan. Not going to happen. But say you do. You have Georgia or Ohio State. Who do you want out of those two teams?
Georgia, Ohio State. Oh, Ohio State. I hate
Okay.
Georgia.
I wanted
You
to
have
make
to hate Georgia.
correct. So but yeah, again, you guys, you want the Mickey Mouse ring. You just want to be able to pat yourself on the back. Like if you want to prove you're the best team
We
in college
have
football,
already pat
you'd
ourselves
want
on
to
the
play
back.
Georgia. You'd want to play
You
the
know how
best
UT
team.
was like, we're back.
This
That's
is kind
what
of sounding
we
like the bubble Lakers. I'm not going to
Yeah,
lie.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Mickey Mouse ring, man. I mean, if I were to win a national championship, I'd want to beat the best team in the nation, which is pretty much undeniably Georgia right now.
So, Hunter, I'm going to ask you a quick question here. I want you to go a little bit in depth. What do you think? Pause right there, real quick. What do you think TCU needs to do to beat? What do they need to do to beat Michigan? What is those steps they need to do? Max Duggan obviously has the heart. You can talk schematically. You can talk in the locker room. Whatever it is, what do they need to do to take that extra hump, become a contender for the championship?
Honestly, it's our number one assistant coach in the nation, Garrett Riley. He needs to get his fucking shit together, and he needs to figure out how to run some plays. He needs to know how to stop that fucking offense from scoring. Because I think Michigan, they'll fucking go straight to the gas, and they will not pull off that throttle. And they will not until the fucking game ends, or TCU is buried, not 6 feet, 12 feet under the ground.
Fair.
I would agree. If you look at the top 4 teams, right, in the college football playoff, I would say TCU matches up the best with Ohio State. Would you agree?
No, I would say Michigan. I would
You
be
did
way
say
more
that.
afraid of. I would be way more afraid to play Ohio State than
Really?
Michigan. And then I think, yeah, Marv even asked me that. He's like, but Michigan like throttled Ohio State, and I was like, yeah, but still, I'm more afraid to play Ohio State than I am to play Michigan.
I have a quick question for you, Hunter. This is a side topic, really quick. Do you think TCU stayed at 3 and Ohio State came in at Ohio State came in at 4 just for TV purposes to make Ohio State Michigan a potential rematch in the championship, or do you think TCU actually deserves that number 3?
I think TCU could even. I don't think they deserve the number 3, but I also don't think they deserve to be out at like number
No.
5. You know.
No,
Exactly.
I agree.
I think it was definitely it was a 50-50 toss up. You know, it could either be Ohio State or TCU. I don't think they did it for TV purposes of Michigan, Ohio State, because I think the analysts who pick the college football playoffs, they know that Georgia's going to go to the championship either way. So I think they knew that wasn't going to happen. I think that's why they chose TCU to be at number 3 versus number 4.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that as an answer. Does anyone have any last questions for Hunter? He's on his way out. We do appreciate your time very, very much, Hunter. We love you on the program. I'm hoping you'll be able to come on tomorrow night. We're hoping to keep you, consistent. I see the set is obviously, it's improved. It's looking great. There's potential. That's actually, let's just skip over any potential more questions. We've been grilling this guy. Is that the set of your new podcast? Is that true?
Yes, no, the podcast is coming out. I'm not gonna plug that shit. No, yeah,
No,
don't worry
plug
about
it.
that.
Plug it. That's why I gave you the plug.
Oh, it's called Girls Aren't Funny. It's all about how girls aren't funny, but they actually are funny. So people think it's misogynistic, but then it's like, oh no, they're actually he's actually a valid guy. My buddy Zach, he actually texted me and he said, talk about how Texas almost beat Bama. So,
All right. Hey, Hunter, you got like a minute.
okay, TCU, I think, has a really good chance against Michigan. Harbaugh is a fucking joke. Don't trust that guy. I'm probably gonna go to that game. What?
Wow.
Lies. Continue.
He was on the losing end of the Ravens 49ers Super Bowl, right?
Well, that's because the power
That's the
outage.
NFL. That was
It's a whole
30
different
years
game.
ago.
We'll get into that.
That was
You
30 years ago, but it's still football.
Hunter, you
okay?
tune in to the live after. Continue. Go ahead.
Fair. Duggan has a month to recover and set his mind on vengeance, and all he wants to do is go for fucking blood because he has put in enough blood into this team, to this program, and for Sonny Dykes. Sonny Dykes wants this win more than ever. I think all we want to do is win this game. We don't care what happens in the championship. We just want to beat Michigan.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Hunter, for your time. We thank you so much for coming on. We hope to see you tomorrow, and obviously we'll see you as a consistent guest. Can we give it up for Hunter? I know we don't have mic stands, but let's clap, a little bit.
Go blue.
Thank you, Hunter. All right, so
All
really
right,
quick,
adios. Go Frogs.
Go Frogs.
Riff
all right.
Ram.
Yes, go Frogs.
What the hell does that mean?
Alex, end the Zoom on.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, bet.
Riff Ram?
So I
Tune in tomorrow to figure that out.
Yeah,
All
tune
right,
in tomorrow.
I'll have to ask
I
that
wanted to
tomorrow.
jump in really quick on potentially Jim having an NFL. They're looking at him again, which is interesting to me. Why would they do that? I mean, he had a decent stint at San Francisco. I don't know.
He went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, he did pretty good.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. I just don't think he'll leave Michigan.
You don't think
I think he fits Michigan too well.
I think he's like Michigan's. He's that guy.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. We want to say big thanks to Hunter. We do get. I mean, if we start, how about this? Use code Marv On Air on SeatGeek for $20 off your first order. If we get 4 people, only 4. How many fingers are on your hand? Go ahead, help me out, guys.
5.
I have at least 5.
All right, 5 fingers on one hand. James, 5. Knock one of those fingers off. Boom, that's 4. We only need 4 guys.
You need the thumb though.
Well, okay. How about this? Or would you rather have this?
You need that.
This?
Yeah, that's probably good.
All right. So we're gonna go with these 4 fingers. 4 people.
I like this.
That's 3 though.
Oh,
Use your other hand, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the no ring. So we don't need ring fingers here on Marv On Air. Let's go. Let's go. We need the thumb. We need the thumb. Let's go ahead. 4 people use code Marv On Air for $20 off. You can go see any game you want. SeatGeek's got you covered. Comedy, concerts, Live sporting events. They've got the best deals. I am so close to going and buying a Minnesota Wild ticket. It's not even funny. If any of you guys want to come with me, let me know. We'll cover gas. We'll split it. All right. I am so close to buying a ticket off of SeatGeek. They've got the best deals. They'll show you exactly where you're going. They include fees. It's the best deal. 4 people buy a SeatGeek ticket with my code. We're going to keep Honor on. There will be no time limit. We'll be able to actually ask him questions. Anyways, let's go ahead. I don't know how much longer you guys can actually be on. I know it is a school night. Cole actually has work tomorrow. We appreciate you coming on. We have a couple more things to cover. We didn't really get into the Purdy situation in San Francisco. Let's go ahead and jump right into that really quick. Brock Purdy balled out against the Dolphins. We know this, right? Do you know who Brock Purdy is?
I thought he still went here.
Okay, so he doesn't. Just for those of you who aren't aware,
He
Brock
doesn't
Purdy-
spirit.
He does, yeah. Well, yeah, he's big. You know, he came back on the field. I'm pretty sure at one point, right?
He just bought a truck from Deary. So
I know the
Instagram.
name. My dad used to yell it, but I didn't know that he. Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
All right, so Brock Purdy steps in place of Jimmy Garoppolo on what was thought to be a broken foot end of season injury. All right, Brock Purdy balls out against the Dolphins, carries 49ers to a win. We will talk about potentially if Brock Purdy could he take them to the Super Bowl? But I think and it showed today. I don't know if you guys saw this. Kyle Shanahan came out and said it's not looking great for Jimmy Garoppolo to come back. We don't know for sure. Okay, he could, but it's not looking good. Jimmy Garoppolo, it did come back. He doesn't need a season-ending surgery. He could come back sometime in the playoffs. Kyle Shanahan said probably not. They didn't pick up Baker on waivers. I don't know if that was because they didn't try or if the waivers. I don't know what the waiver order was, if the Rams beat him or what. But Brock Purdy seems to be the guy for now. Okay, Cole, we're gonna cut to you. I know that your butt on the couch, on the crazy couch today, did just leave you. I'm assuming he had to go to the bathroom really quick. If that's the case, give him a nod when he comes in if we're still on you. We don't want him walking in. It's kind of awkward. But what do you think about Brock Purdy leading the Niners to, let's say, to the NFC Championship? Is that possible with the weapons they have around them?
I think it is. And, as much as I'm a Cyclone hater, I guess, I will die on this hill for Brock Purdy, okay? I think he can do anything Jimmy Garoppolo can, if not better.
Okay.
I mean, you look at his collegiate career, and we go win the Fiesta Bowl against Oregon, and now he's gone, what are we, 3-9?
Yeah.
He's a dude. I mean, I've seen, in the locker room, the guys are talking. His teammates love him.
Yeah.
Everybody's already calling him Big Cock Brock.
That's what I was going to say. You know what they're calling him.
Like, even Shanahan.
Yeah.
Even Shanahan.
Yeah,
I
big cojones.
But Bosa, Kittle, Shanahan, that's like the 3 guys you need.
Those are the
They're
big
riding with
3,
him.
for sure.
They're riding with him. No, I like it a lot. I think he fits well there.
I do. I think he's got kind of that Shanahan ability to play football. He has what Shanahan wants. I think he's going to hang in that system quite well. I honestly could see them, with him at the helm, making the NFC Championship. From there, I don't know. Okay, who is in with him? Is it the Vikings? Is it the Cowboys? Is it the Eagles? We don't know for sure. Is it the Commanders? Probably. We don't know. But could the Niners beat them? I would assume so. You never know what's going to happen. Injuries happen all the time. Every play, there's a chance. We don't know what's exactly going to happen. Brock Purdy could get injured. They might end up playing that Broncos practice squad player that I don't know the name of off the top of my head. But what I'm saying is, I think all things going to plan, Niners make the NFC Championship, potentially make the run at the Super Bowl. And that would be an interesting dynamic for sure if Jimmy Garoppolo is able to come back at that point. Does he back him up? Does he start? We don't know. All right, that's a long ways down the line. We don't know if maybe Brock starts and it's like a Mike White scenario, right? Maybe it's like, all right, teams they've seen Brock Purdy play. They're like, all right, he likes to do this. Boom, he throws 4 picks in his next game. We don't know.
Or maybe it's a Tom Brady scenario, and Jimmy Garoppolo's looking a hell of a lot like Drew Bledsoe right now.
Exactly. We don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. We can make these. I'm gonna personally make the assumption Brock Purdy is the next Tom Brady, right? He's gonna come in. He's gonna carry the Niners to the Super Bowl. First, like, they're gonna take over. It's gonna be easy, right? The Niners take the Super Bowl win. As an Iowa State fan, but we don't know exactly for sure. So I'm just gonna say, things will develop. It'll be interesting to cover the story as we go. I don't know. You were just checking your watch. we might be running out of time with guys in the studio.
Oh no, my watch was just telling me I need to stand for a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly where we're standing. We do have a couple things to cover. Do you want to? I mean, there's probably like 2 people watching. What time are you trying to get out of here?
Whenever.
Whenever.
I'd have more time to come on tomorrow, tonight, too,
Alex,
though.
do you have a cutoff?
Yeah, I do have one at. I just got to be back by 8:45.
8:45. Okay, so a long ways away. James,
yeah,
are you
it's
chilling?
still a bit.
I'm chilling.
All right. Well, I say we go till at
And
least
correction,
8:15.
no, you have 5 euros. So
Wow.
Yeah, don't come
Thank you
out.
to everyone in the
yeah,
fucking
don't
chat,
come out.
dude.
Come on now.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
No, thank you to everyone coming in. I know it's a bit of a joke. We need to. I feel like we should sing "Juicy Wiggle." We might not.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Like we all sing it together.
Horrendous.
If everyone overloads the mic, it'll be a win.
How about you just sing it yourself and keep your job?
Bum bum na 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 na.
Hold on one second, let me put it on you.
Do you not know it?
No. No,
Yikes.
yourself. Keep going. You're not done yet.
Walk into the party. I feel like I need someone to do the whatever.
No, you're good.
Anyways,
Just keep going.
it would have been a
Ad-lib.
good if we would have
Bum
been
bum
on the same
bum 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 bum.
page. It would have been good if we had everyone on the same page. We're getting there. All right, this show is coming a long ways. I appreciate all 5 of you in here. That's a surprisingly high number. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So we covered Purdy Jimmy. I apologize, Redden, for you not being here for that. But this topic, I feel like, is more up your alley than the Purdy, takeover of San Francisco. I want to know what is going on with Deion. Deion, a.k.a. Prime Jackson? No. what's
Deion
his-
Sanders?
Sanders. It's the Prime.
Wow.
Jackson
When you
State.
try
Stick
to
to
make-
NFL, kid.
When you try, yeah, exactly. No, I agree. But when you try to put the middle name in there, it doesn't work.
I don't know his middle name either.
It's prime time.
It's Prime. That's
It's
how I
Coach
know
Prime.
him, Prime. So, what is Prime doing moving over to Colorado? Did you see the article that was released today?
Which one?
Those
I read
allegations?
a lot of articles.
So-
on the whole Jackson State situation?
Yeah, with like
Yeah,
him paying for everything.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, roll with it.
I mean, I think it's I wouldn't call them allegations because there's no like anybody getting in criminal trouble at the moment. It's more that Deion, when he came to Jackson State, was like, "Hey, I have money. I can help to finance the football team. But if we're doing really well and ticket sales are going well, stuff like that, then I want to get reimbursed because he paid for like a lot of their facilities, a lot of their travel, a lot of their team meals, stuff like that.
Yep.
Just being an overall good guy who happens to be really rich as well. But so Jackson State pretty much was like, sorry, dude, we're not paying you at all for any of the ticket sales. And the ticket sales, it was like it was like they had to sell out like, and they're just a small little like, I don't even know what they are. NAIA or something like
Really
that.
small.
And it was like they had to sell out like 90% of their stadium or something like that for him to see any money. But that's
thought it
what he
was-
asked for.
I thought it was like 30, wasn't it?
It was like
It
30K.
was low, and he never saw any
it was
money
like
from it
30K
anyway.
in ticket sales, which meant
okay.
they had to sell out an insane amount. But yeah, so he didn't see any of that money after paying them for after paying for a ton of stuff, and so he was kind of like, I brought all this money in. You guys are going against what you said you would, and that was one of his main reasons for deciding to jump ship at Jackson State and move to Colorado.
Yeah. Well, I don't know enough about Colorado, what conference they're in, what they're in for contention, how they
Pac-12.
looked last year. Were they good last year?
No, they haven't been good for 20 years.
So do
They
you
were really good
think-
in the 90s, though, right?
They were good. I want to say, who was that guy?
Like the same time as the
Bill-
black shirts, right? It was
Yeah,
them in
but
Nebraska.
they had like a 5-2-3-5 year stretch where they were like consistently top 5, and that was like I want to say like 88 to like 92 was kind of their window of being good.
So was that?
I want to say Bill McCarty was their head coach.
a little
I
bit
think.
before that Nebraska dynasty.
Well, the Nebraska dynasty was like from about 1962 to 2002. So I don't want to hear any of that. But I mean,
What's their logo?
It's
the Buffaloes.
I like Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's
Have you guys had their ranch?
mint.
It's the best ranch.
It's mint.
Because usually you'll have like real watery ranch or like I don't really like Hidden Valley, but the Buffalo Wild Wings ranch, I'm not a condiments guy, but man, it makes me feel something inside, something
I
deep.
agree.
Here. This is a shout out to my girlfriend Erin. She loves cheese balls in that ranch. We big cheese balls.
I'm a cheese ball guy. Like cheese curd or like or
What's
like,
that?
Same thing.
Or like the little orange things that are all airy.
What?
Cheese puffs.
That's a puff, not a ball.
I don't think they sell those at B-Dubs.
curd, like it's all cheese.
Deep fried cheese.
Yeah, a cheese curd.
Yeah.
Cheese curd. I love those. You guys
Yeah.
go to Culver's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cheese curd.
exactly
Yeah,
that, but
I love that shit.
It's
My
not
apologies.
ranch. It's like frosting or
No,
something,
she
isn't it?
says it's caramel.
It's
My
caramel.
There you
apologies.
go.
That's what I was gonna say.
My
Yeah.
I've
Caramel.
heard of that shit.
Aaron,
They say-
if you're watching,
It's
this,
like
my
funnel
apologies.
cake. It's amazing.
Have you had it?
Yes.
Can
That's
you
what I get.
It's
can
good.
you ask for like caramel there?
Yep.
You can.
That's what I've
At
heard. But
Culver's?
it's like a fucking
Or at
B-dubs.
B-dubs.
yeah. It's like an
Wow.
Easter egg. I heard. It's
I'll have
like
to do
not.
that next time.
Mm-hmm.
That
it's
sounds
iffy.
good. Really good.
Group trip after the show.
I was skeptical at
should?
first, but
Should
it's
we?
amazing.
Should we?
Fuck yeah, we should.
Okay,
just get
well,
some
you
in.
know what? We'll keep things in mind. We will probably be doing that. You know, a little team bonding. I like this little cast we got going on here. We're gonna get, we're gonna get things going. Looks like we're running out of time faster than I thought. We've got 20% on the phone, so if Alex ever wants to come back into the shot, we're running out of time. But
No, it's fine.
how about? Should we start like a Patreon or something? I feel like I'm asking for dough all the time on here.
What's a Patreon? I have no idea what that.
Well, I
word
don't want
means.
to do Patreon.
Yeah, you
It's
should
like a-
explain it.
It's
and
like an
then plug it.
OnlyFans, but like for normal thing, for like
It's like an OnlyFans, but
for,
there's
like,
no.
mostly podcasts. So people will subscribe to you, and then they can get extra content.
How many like feet pics though, or like, is there a feet pic requirement?
Would you sell feet pics?
If it's on Patreon, probably.
Well, you might have to move over to OnlyFans, but you could on Patreon.
What if we say we do a Marv On Air feet pics thing?
No.
We should do a feet calendar.
Marv on
Yes.
Marv on Air feet pic calendar.
Yup. You heard?
Chat below. Hit me in the chat. Oh man, no, I just feel bad because like, I wish we could get a camera for Alex. That's not my phone. That's gonna it's not plugged in right now.
No, it's great.
With this studio, I like the way things are looking. Go to the three-way? Are you working good?
Yeah, let me just pop right back over to three-way.
All right, you're chilling.
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
right.
I'm still in the frame. I'm still in my little fucking cardboard box.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna ask you a question then while you're
Okay.
in frame.
Yeah. Well, I've got my
For what?
battery. What the fuck was that alarm?
You got an alarm.
No, it's my creatine timer.
Ooh, man's on creatine.
He's not natty.
How do you feel about Liver King admitting to being on PEDs?
Good take.
We all knew it.
Good
Yeah.
take.
We all
Oh,
knew
who
it.
the fuck
No,
didn't
he.
think
I thought he
did-
was natty. I thought he was natty.
You're
No,
insane.
you're
You are insane if you think he was natty. Do you think he has
Have
ab
you seen
implants?
pictures of him? Look at him. That
I
guy
don't
Yeah,
is
hair
natty.
walking around.
He's natty.
No
I think it was
fucking
faked.
way.
I think it was fake.
What?
He's spending like 15K
You're
a
insane.
month.
Do you know how much mass he has?
Dude, he slept on like plywood.
Okay.
That's what happens when you
don't-
sleep on
That's not
plywood.
gonna
Do
build
not
back abs.
care. He is huge. He probably, I don't know, he probably does not have, and he might have ab implants. That dude is gargantuan, and to claim that he has no PEDs or anything, I mean, that's just a blatant lie.
Hey, hey, I played Clash of Clans, okay, back in the day,
You think
and
he
there
looks
were
like a
there were
barbarian?
barbarians in that stuff, okay, and he looks like a barbarian, and that's what he claimed to be.
you
So to
think-
me, it's like checks out,
Do you
checks
thi-
out.
Do you think The Rock is natural?
Oh, no, he's on PEDs. Look at him.
Okay.
He's bald.
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah, Liver King has way too much hair to be on steroids.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, it's
he
not
came-
even
he
just-
Do you
came
think
out.
like Chris Hemsworth?
Oh, well, if I were Chris Hemsworth, I'd juice personally.
So you don't think? You'd say if you were Chris Hemsworth, you juice, but if you were the Liver King, you wouldn't.
No, because he doesn't need to.
But he has a brand and a image to uphold, so why wouldn't he? Who, Liver King?
Yeah, was it?
Yeah,
was
no.
Liver King juicing before.
Yeah.
That boy's been juicing for a while.
That motherfucker, he's been
No,
on.
no, he's all natural.
Okay.
He's
Did
all
you see?
natural.
Did you see the specifics of it?
absolutely insane.
No,
he's like 45.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you sleep on a plywood bed and swim in like Siberian rivers with tigers. I mean, this dude is probably the most in shape man in the world. Like, and the rest of humanity just wants to tear him down and be like, "Oh, he's on steroids." No, he's just better than everyone. Sorry, America.
I mean, ignorance is bliss, man.
Okay, being dead ass here for a second. Did you see the specifics of what he was
On-
doing?
No, go
It
ahead.
was
He's not just-
expensive as fuck.
He's not on a small cycle. The dude is spending six figures a year.
Yeah.
He's on
yeah.
$15,000
15K
a
a
month.
month. For
Six
his-
figures. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Derek from More Plates, More Dates, like, went over all of it. It's an hour-long
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, he
This
sent it
motherfucker
to him,
went
right?
He has,
Every-
like, confirmation of
emails.
the email and everything.
Yeah.
I watched the video.
Because he was asking him to be his coach, right? He was
I have
asking
no
Derek to
clue.
be his. Yeah.
I thought you watched the video.
I don't remember all the details of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's my thought process. I think it's all fake because, like, when you think
I
about
think
it,
it's fake that he said he's not.
yeah, no,
oh,
no. I think
wow.
it makes like you think about it. He was dying out of the news cycle. He was falling off. Like people were forgetting about him.
fair.
That's
What's
good,
What's
that's
the
good.
best way to get back in the news cycle? Best way to all of a sudden have a voice again to be able to promote all the supplements he was selling. Be like, oh, sorry, America, I was on steroids. So I think he leaked it intentionally himself. I think he's a fake steroider. He's actually natural.
No. He is selling a lifestyle of being a primal, the 10 tenements of primal or whatever. He's selling that, and he's saying that he lives by that, and that's how you can look like Liver King. To be as low of body fat that he is at his age and in keeping that mass is insane. He looks like an IFBB pro in the open division, and like you can't look like that naturally.
Let me just say really quick. This is actually kind of crazy that I didn't even think about this. James and I are both kinesiology majors here, so this guy gets it a little bit. Like, he knows. Okay. Go ahead. You can keep chiming in. I just wanted to add that really quick for the people at home. They're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. We both study kinesiology, okay? So we know what is up.
I don't want to make this an argument, but I just feel deep down. You stoking the flames? Are you provoking me?
That's pretty much all I do.
Throwing gas on the
geez.
fire. That's
I
what
don't
he
know
does.
well enough. But I mean, if you're gonna say The Rock isn't natural, you can't say that Liver King is natural. I mean, this is
When I do, so I have
gotta
this.
say.
I do 99.5% of my life based on vibes only, and like my vibometer on The Rock versus Liver King. All right, I look at my steroid chart. Okay, and what it tells me is that if you're bald, you're like 80% more likely to be on steroids, and The Rock's bald. The Liver King, I mean, for all we know, that could be Madonna under there. He's got a full head of hair.
Do you know who Mike O'Hearn is?
No,
Mike O'Hearn.
I know
is
Michael
about-
Phelps.
No.
No.
That's swimming. Mike O'Hearn is probably like 50, maybe 53, right in that range. Mike O'Hearn has a full head of hair, and he looks like Arnold on that poster right now.
Yeah, so he's natural as well, though.
No,
No,
he's not.
yeah.
He's not.
He
not.
he passed my analysis.
If you are 235 to 250 pounds of lean mass with a full head of hair, I don't care who you are. You are on PEDs, bald or not.
Again, according to the vibometer, if you're bald, you're on
Ooh.
roids.
What about Aaron Donald?
On roids.
They get tested.
DK Metcalf?
So?
Listen, everybody in the NFL is on something.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in professional
Wow.
sports
Oh,
is
yeah.
on something. Whether it's Adderall, whether it's testosterone replacement therapy, whether it's-
Adderall?
yeah.
How does that affect muscle mass?
If you get tested, like even for college, that's like the most used thing for
For
like, just
muscle
a P-
mass?
No, just for like PEDs in general.
That's a performance-enhancing drug?
I think it's.
You should
considered-
know
I would
that.
say- I'm not saying that it's gonna make you a better athlete. I'm just saying in general, I think it is considered a PED. But they're all on it. No matter who it is, they are all on it. Bald or
They're
not.
on something, for sure.
No, I think that's the deal. We've kind of covered this. D-Hop with his steroid
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Love when that happens. I think it's interesting. I don't know if this is actually. It's never going to be official, okay? But I think it's real that these players that get injured, especially superstars, they can take that TRT, they can take that testosterone to get that replaced. Like TRT is essentially a recovering and booster, right? Like that's all it really does when you get down to the nitty gritty. It's recovering those muscle recovery. Like it's enhancing it so that way when you destroy those muscles, you do 100 bicep curls, you get so destroyed in your biceps, right? Boom, that TRT, that testosterone improves that recovery, right? Then it's ready to go sooner. That's the point of it, right? I think that's what they do for those guys is they say, hey, like we'll give you this TRT and you're allowed to, recover faster. You might come back into the playoffs. Maybe that's why Jimmy G's coming back. We don't know, right? That's what we saw with D-Hop. I think that's the case, and I think you're right. I think a lot of NFL players could potentially be on PEDs of some sort where they're like, even if it is just for recovery, I don't know. My goal, make it to the NFL, find these questions out. I'm sure there's like a non-disclosure agreement I'll have to sign, because I'm obviously going to make it there. Like, everyone agrees, obviously.
Word.
But I'm just saying, like, there's got to I think you're right. Like, I'm with you there.
There is some noise out there, too, that there's always some drug that's just a little bit ahead of the testing system. Like, they won't be able to pick it up.
We saw that with the what is the deer antler?
What?
Bucked up deer
velvet
antler.
extract?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was that real?
You have some.
Oh god, we're not getting.
I thought that was just
I
a
think-
marketing
Yeah,
ploy.
I thought
We're
that
not
was
getting
just
into that.
like
I think
didn't buy
especially
it,
for
to
the
be
older
honest.
chew
guys.
on this deer antler.
Banned in NFL.
Really?
I think for the older guys, especially to keep up with all of the new young recruits, you got to take something to, stay on the edge.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Is that our hot take of the day? Everyone in the NFL's on PEDs?
Not everyone, but like a lot. Maybe you're saying everyone. but-
Wow.
the water boy probably isn't.
They're on some. No, every single person in the NFL is on something.
Yes, they're
Performance
on something.
enhancing.
Yeah.
Like, does it meet the NFL's banned
Like
list?
Cole and his
Maybe not.
creatine.
But
Hey, creatine's not a banned
It's
substance.
not banned, but it's definitely a performance enhancer.
That's fair.
It's fair.
So, like caffeine?
Yeah.
Caffeine a performance enhancer?
Oh, for sure. I guess if you want to get into it, then yeah, technically everyone is on PEDs if you consider caffeine a performance enhancer. Because who is not taking caffeine before the game?
Me.
5% of people. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. We have one more main point to cover
I'm pretty.
today.
Hold up, before you get on that, I'm pretty sure
What?
most maybe this was just one, but I think a lot of college weightlifting programs and stuff like that, they're moving. I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were saying that they're told by their strength and conditioning dietitian coach to not drink caffeine at all.
I know that is common. We had a strength conditioning, dietitian, whatever, come into where I work, and they were talking about we're trying to get players off of that energy drink situation.
Why is that? Why is that? Before we
I just
continue.
think a lot of people don't understand how much it affects your sleep. And sleep is a big part of recovery. It's like 99%.
Sleep when
of
you're
it.
dead.
But we don't need that mindset for athletes, right? Because if they're destroying their bodies every day, they're going to get into where they need that recovery.
The average NFL athlete retires by what is it? It's 27.
Well,
so
it's
it's
3.5 years in the NFL is the average length. So
okay, so we'll say 26. So it's they got plenty of time.
That's
to
pretty
sleep.
big.
They got plenty of time to sleep.
Well, I'm just saying that you asked why. That's generally, I'm assuming it has to do with the recovery aspect, and also we should be getting that energy from more sustainable. Very hang on. We're a consistent, valid, balanced diet, and I've done this before. Right now, I'm kind of on that up and down where we're blood sugar high, blood sugar low kind of situation where you get energy in spurts. I've done where we keep that everything consistent, balanced. You feel energized all day. Doesn't matter if you work out morning, evening, middle of the day. Doesn't matter. I've done it all. You feel consistently energized and you're ready to do everything. When people have these unfortunate, inconsistent diets and they're living off of caffeine and high processed foods, they're up and down. And I think that a lot of people are trying, even if it's not about the recovery aspect, a lot of people are trying to push, these dietitians are trying to push this balanced diet where athletes are able to, they have energy because these college athletes especially have class. They got to study. They have to keep their GPA up enough to stay in the program. These are all important. It's not just one-dimensional pro athlete football. They're well-rounded athletes. So there's a lot of pieces to it. I think it comes down to that high level of energy throughout the day, which is extremely important.
Yeah, and where you're gonna get most of your energy is, sleep. Caffeine is not going to be a magical fix for your energy of the day. You're still gonna feel like shit. You're still not gonna be able to focus. Sleep is incredibly important. I forgot what the original catalyst of this discussion was, but yeah.
Did you have a point?
No.
Okay.
I've just been learning over here.
No, and this is something I was extremely passionate about over the summer. I bought a, extremely expensive for myself, maybe not for others, but bed. I was we're valuing sleep here. This is extremely important. But we were talking about PEDs in the NFL and then potentially college. Yeah. That's how we got there. Did you have any other points you
So
wanted
you guys
to
are
add?
against caffeine then?
No,
Yes,
I
you-
had caffeine before this show. I'm just saying
Oh.
that But I said right
We
on
need to
air,
start drug testing for this show.
5 minutes ago.
Why am I
said-
debating people on PEDs?
I literally just said I'm in that up and down lifestyle, but this summer, like, bro, I didn't even need caffeine at all, and I had morning class at 7 in Ankeny, so I needed to be gone by 7:30, like or whatever it was, and then I had work for 4 hours, and then I had work for another 8 hours, and then I'd come home do homework, and then I'd go to bed and do it the next day. I had like 17-hour days, and you were there, you lived with me. I was like up to dawn, like right to bed, like just everything was completely full. And I was barely on any caffeine at all that whole entire summer. I was pretty much just on good food and sleep. That's all you really need.
And placebo. You just thought you were more productive, so you were. But again,
Fair enough.
That's
Cole
what the
could probably
Vibo
attest
meter
that. I wasn't
says.
doing
Yeah.
shit. That's funny. Yeah, I wish I would have spent that time doing this because this is where it's at.
let's get off PADs and caffeine and this stuff.
We got
What
one
do you
more
got
big
next?
topic. One more big topic, and then everyone, I'll open it up to the floor. One more thing from James. Oh god.
All right. You're good.
All right, yeah. What do you want?
Couch.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you two on the couch this question. What do we feel about the transfer portal? This is a quick question. We've seen over 1,000 college football players in the transfer portal this year. Are things getting out of hand? Are we seeing, obviously it was like 0.5% of high school players go to the college, 0.5% of college players go to the NFL. It's extremely exclusive club up there in the men's league of football. Are these 1,000 players that are transferring out of their hometown, like their home college or whatever it is you want to call it, for this year because they probably transferred there, are they getting a better chance transferring out? Why is this like everyone's like, oh, if I transfer, it's so hard to win anywhere. It's not like, oh, if you transfer, you're guaranteed to win. You're going to find a better team somewhere. Are a lot of people transferring to Colorado because Deion, like who knows? Like why are these people all transferring? Do you think it'll be successful, or like what is the percentage of these transfer athletes that will be successful in the long term?
I'll get my word in here before Redden does because he's the college football guy. But
He knows.
yeah, I think it's kind of a thing where they're just testing the waters without repercussions right now. If you have the opportunity to go play somewhere else, get a bigger role, maybe play for a better team and have a better chance to play at the next level, why wouldn't you?
Let me say
You know what
this
I mean?
really quick. Just to answer your quick, and I know this is probably not a great answer because I haven't transferred. I think it's messing with a lot of their graduations. Like the graduation requirements
sure.
at one college might be different than another, so they don't meet these requirements. So they're just playing. They're like, let me just transfer 4 years and hope that I impress someone and I get a starting role somewhere. And if they don't get there, then like they don't have a college degree. They're 4 years college debt. Yeah, they played at 4 other colleges. Like, cool. That's a cool story. Start a podcast. I don't know, but like I think that's kind of the catch. Like, yeah, if you're transferring around, you're probably not going to get a degree. Just that's my hypothetical to answer your question.
Yeah, I could see that. You got word on this, Red? I'm not really huge
I mean,
into
like,
the college
I think
game.
that, like the issue with the transfer portal and like when people try to like talk about the transfer portal, they try to like pigeonhole it into like one or two things, and it's like there's so many different things going on, and like there's, I don't know, I guess how many Division I, even Power 5 collegiate football players there are. It's got to be in the tens of thousands. So it's like there's so many people that have so many individual. Well, you figure what, 100 players a team.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
10
I'm
a
just saying it's a
league.
lot of people.
I might have done my math wrong. Math is definitely not my strong suit.
You're probably not far off.
But regardless, it's like everybody has their own different personal reason to transfer. Maybe it's, some people it's like NIL now is also part of the college football
That's
mix.
what I was gonna try to.
So it's like if you're a medium-sized name at whatever school, you can transfer somewhere else and maybe be a bigger name and make more money when in the college landscape you're still relevant. Like they know they're not going to go to the NFL. Like there's a lot of like mid-tier college quarterbacks who are probably making a couple $100,000 a year right now off or NIL stuff, but they know they'll never make it to the NFL. So it might make more sense for them to be like, oh, I can go to this other school, even though winning isn't going to matter. It's not going to increase my chances of going to the NFL at all. I'm just going to make more money.
Yeah.
Right. I have this ability right now while I'm a college athlete to make money off my name. Why would I not do that?
And
So with NIL and the transfer portal being paired together, it's like there's so many different things and just like, oh, playing time.
I agree. I'll go to you in a second, but I really quick want to add, we're especially seeing, I don't know if this is necessarily true. All right. We're seeing a lot of like moving away from that college degree importance in the workplace. So like I could see that if they're just like chasing the bag now, and then we can find a job, move on.
Yep.
I think it's going to make a huge gap in between those really power schools and your teams that are on the lower end. You don't think so? Like what I'm thinking here is, you get those bigger guys, bigger names that are going to those bigger colleges, and you're going to get more money going through there, and those guys are going to go to the NFL, and there's going to be more money there, and all the best players are just going to want to go there because that's where all the money is, and all the guys are going to play in the NFL there.
See, I'd almost disagree. I feel like the NIL, I feel like almost it doesn't level the playing field, but it allows more not NIL, the transfer portal. It allows for the playing field to be more level because now, transfer portal's like what? This is the third year, I believe. Third or fourth year. So say 6 years ago, if you're a 5-star recruit, right, and you want to make it to the NFL and you want to win national championships, stuff like that, you can be like, okay, I'm going to go to Alabama. Well, every player there is a 5-star recruit. So you can go there, figure out, okay, yeah, I'm not going to shape up to ever see the field here, right? So now this player has the opportunity to go to a lesser school, right? They can go to your mid-tier college programs who are still top 25 schools, but they're just not Alabama. So it gives, I feel like, people, you can go to Alabama, but then you have a chance to reevaluate and realize, like, okay, everyone here's also
Really
a 5-star. Now I have a chance to go somewhere else and potentially see the field.
And make a buck.
Hey,
Correct.
Because you're a bigger name there. Yeah, that
and
makes
now
sense.
with NIL as well,
Yeah.
now they have a chance to make money in college too.
for sure. So I've just been informed by a producer we've been rolling for quite a while now, and I want to save some content for tomorrow. So I think we're going to cut things off here. We could definitely jump into that tomorrow if we think that things arise. Yeah. I do want to just thank everyone for coming in here. Based on the time that my producer sent me, we've been going for quite a while here. I know people have things to do. James, you basically been sitting back here, been great sport. I love the input we've got, top 3 movies and such. It's been great. The couch, crazy couch, been amazing. And put it on yourself, producer. How about that? You on?
I got it on 3-way right now.
All right. Well, thank you. This is I can't. I told Leighton this when he was producing. Like,
30.
I can't believe how much easier it is to run this show and how much faster it goes when I'm not running.
It's flying. We're at an hour and 53 minutes.
Yeah, so we are moving. I'm going to put you guys out of your misery. And who knows?
No
maybe.
misery, just bladder control.
Yeah, oh, man. I think we might have to just
Every motherfucker in this
We're
room
all going to be.
has been putting my first day to the test.
It's going to be like we're a circle.
All right, let's cut it off there.
It's going to be like shooting
exactly.
distance contest.
No, for sure. No, but I do want to thank everyone that tuned in. I want to thank everyone that came in today. Tomorrow night, we might be doing a show tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. We're going to be
fucking tomorrow night for sure.
Man, I got to pee so bad. But we are going to be doing a conversation after this, potentially at B-Dubs. We're going to do some talking about that as well. But just thank you, everyone. Honestly, big thank you. I love this show, man. I don't know about you guys, but I just love it. Like, it gets me so jazzed. I love talking sports with the boys and getting a couple microphones in front of us. Now that we know kind of who the general cast is going to be, we're going to get some, improvements, get the show really rolling. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. Thank you to everyone in the studio. Wrap it up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Alex, go to end.